So definitely sisterhood, love, and faith. Go check out more at When Love Wins That Love. So as you guys know, I do a blog every week. The latest blog is called When You Least Expect It. Now, actually, that's not the latest blog. That's last week's blog. But what I was going to say was, because I didn't get on here last week, I didn't get to do the Word of the Day Wednesdays for When You Least Expect It. I actually did a live for the Andy Miller Publishing House, and I talked about audiobook recordings. So if you're interested in that, you can check that out at www.ndmiller.pub. So what I'm going to do is do a 2-for-1 this week. So we're going to talk about 2 different blog posts. The first one is When You Least Expect It. So with When You Least Expect It, I basically share a personal testimony of me having a speedy recovery. So you guys know I'm pretty transparent with my blog, and I've been sharing about the journey of healing for the last few years now, but specifically regarding some back issues I've had for the last year. And I woke up one day. Well, I didn't wake up because it specifically happened after workout class, but I thought it would heal overnight and it didn't. So when I woke up and it hadn't healed, I was in so much pain, you guys. I could barely walk. I was like shuffling around. It felt like I had slipped a disc or like a hernia of some sort. And I could only lay on one side. It was like throbbing and all the things. So I went to my chiropractor and they assumed it was a slip disc as well, but I got an MRI and it didn't show a slip disc, but it was a result of the pinched nerve that I've been dealing with as a result of a misalignment in my spine. So the pain level was wild, and they estimated that it would take me about 6 weeks to recover, similar to a slip disc. But interestingly enough, when I found out that it wasn't a slip disc, my first thought was, well, maybe that means I can recover faster than 6 weeks. And I knew that was Holy Spirit. I knew that was positive thinking. I knew that's how I should be thinking. And my chiropractor kind of confirmed it and said something similar. Do y'all know I actually was significantly better within 2 weeks? Now, I'm still dealing with back problems, and I am being gentle with myself and not doing my beloved step class that I love so much. But the fact that I was able to walk around without pain, like literally when I was driving, if I hit a pothole, it was like murder. It was horrible. I had braids in my hair and I would wear it in a bun. If my bun hit the top of the car, like just pain racing down my back. So it was horrible. I sneezed, or coughed, and it was just over. But all of that was gone. So I wanted to encourage you guys that sometimes you might be going through something, or know someone who is going through something and it just feels like it's never going to end, like a season that's never going to end, or trauma that's never going to end. And so I just wanted to give you guys that word. It could end sooner than you think, or that thing that you're waiting on, could actually happen sooner than you think, and when you least expect it. So if you need some encouragement or know someone who does, go ahead on over to NicoleDMiller.com. Make sure to save, like, share, and subscribe if you are not already a subscriber. And the other blog post is The War on Black Love. Whew. Now, this one definitely was heartfelt. It was definitely intimate, and me just sharing about my personal upbringing and how I didn't have a healthy Black relationship modeled before me, or a healthy relationship at all modeled before me growing up in my household. And just my own personal vow to myself to not walk out being a single parent, because I was witness to how difficult that was and the toll it took on my mother. And no shade to all the single parents out there, because who choose that life, there's grace for it. I just know for me, I was traumatized by it, and it was not a choice. It was just a necessity. And so now that I'm in a position where I actually could probably make that choice, I choose not to. As of now, we always change and evolve, and I feel like we always have freedom to do that. But in this blog post, I kind of, let you guys in on a little bit more of my childhood and just the qualms with trying to find a match in the Black community, and how many single Black people, specifically Black women, are struggling to find that match. And I'm actually in the midst of a book called, because I don't want to mess it up, Black Women, Black Love, America's War, and African American Marriage. and it is written by Dr. Diane M. Stewart. It has some great talking points. One of the things I share in this blog is just that Black women and Black men are sandwiched between these historical atrocities that happened in slavery that divided the Black family, and then our current climate of the gender wars. And so if any of you guys know these hot topic names such as Kevin Samuels, and the whole, red pill, manosphere, blah, 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 then you know what I'm talking about. And then there's the flip side of women who are just kind of about men in power who have money, right? And so I kind of push back on this rhetoric, and I just talk about how it's dividing us. I mean, they're called gender wars for a reason, right? And so who really wins a war? I mean, I know technically in life we've had civil wars, clearly, and there have been winners and losers. But in this type of war, I don't think anyone wins, because I just think that we're bashing each other and we're pitted against each other, just as Black people were pitted against white people via the vehicle of slavery, which is what I say in the blog. And so I just want to encourage you guys to take a look at that. If you find yourself kind of engulfed in these arguments and you're being swayed by the rhetoric and you're kind of caught up in it, like, take a step back, and just recognize what is the fruit of this, this mindset, this thinking, and definitely do your own research outside of that. I think this book is a great place to start. I'm still in the midst of it, so I can't totally vouch for it, but I just think she has some historical facts and has done a lot of research and has the statistics that kind of validate that there's greater agendas at work. So that's all I have for you guys today. That was kind of heavy. But feel free to reach out to me at info@indiemillerpublishing.com if you do need one-on-one coaching, if you need hybrid publishing, if you need editing. I just shouted out our girl Piper Utzi, who's our line and copy editor, and she is super dope. I don't have any events coming up this month. I do think I'm going to tap into Glossy next month, Great Lakes African American Writers Conference, so I'll probably be tapping into that. And I am still working on expanding my brand with our new service, so stay on the lookout for that. And if you haven't already, subscribe at NicoleDMiller.com.